6 reasons your baby kitten is crying. A crying kitten is never normal, and it is always a sign that something is wrong. Although some kinds of cats, such as the Siamese, are naturally quite vocal, crying is never normal for a kitten. The following are some of the more typical possibilities explaining why your kitten is crying. Number 6. Loneliness. It's possible that your kitten is upset because they feel isolated. This could be due to the fact that they were recently adopted out and separated from the other members of their litter. If you have more than one kitten or pet, it's possible that your current kitty is trying to communicate with the others. If you hear your cat sobbing, rush over to them to see what's happening and give them some attention and affection while you figure out what's wrong. Not only is it beneficial for the growth of your kitten to spend some time playing with it, but it is also beneficial for strengthening the link between you two and creating trust. Number 5. Confusion, feeling lost. Young or new kittens who have not yet learned the layout of the house are more likely to cry when they become lost and are unsure of how to find their way back to a location in the house that is comfortable for them. Don't worry too much about your new kitten or kittens figuring out how the house is laid out just yet. This process will take a few days. You may rest assured, on the other hand, that once they do, they will make full use of the space available to them both inside the house and outside, in the confines of their enclosure. Number 4. Hunger. When they are hungry, kittens will sometimes let out a whimper. If you just obtain them as a pet through adoption, it's possible that you'll be feeding them on a different schedule than the one they were used to at the breeder or shelter from whence you got them. It is therefore a good idea to always make sure that you find out what, when, and how much your kitten was being fed at the shelter or by the breeder. If you've already purchased food for your kitty but it seems as though she's not interested in eating it, you could try giving her a different flavor or a different brand. You will eventually learn whether your kitten prefers meat flavors like chicken or beef, like tuna or salmon, or whether they like fish flavors like tuna or salmon. There is a good chance that there will be one particular kind of food that both your young cat and its adult self will enjoy eating. If you have to be at work when your kitten is awake, you should bring a bowl of dry food with you and leave it out so that it can snack on it when it becomes hungry. Number 3. Using the litter box. When they are very young or when they are just learning to use the litter box, many kittens will meow or cry when they need to defecate. This behavior is normal. Even though they will likely stop behaving in this manner, it is essential to keep a close eye on them just in case. If you see that your kitten is straining, appears to be in pain, or has diarrhea, there may be an underlying issue, and you should take it to the veterinarian as soon as possible. Diarrhea can very quickly lead to dehydration and become a life-threatening condition, yet, the reason for diarrhea may be as simple as the food is too rich for your kitten's stomach. Because of this, it is in your best interest to make an appointment with the veterinarian as soon as possible. Number 2. Your kitten is in pain. The piercing scream of a wounded animal is difficult to ignore and can easily be identified when it is heard. If you hear a high-pitched, piercing cry coming from a kitten, this is an indication that she is in a terrible amount of pain. This can happen for a variety of reasons, such as a limb getting caught in an awkward position or a tail getting accidentally trodden on. Take immediate action to address the cause of the pain, and then do an examination to determine whether or not additional medical attention is necessary. If you think the kitten may have been injured, you should take it to a veterinarian as soon as possible. It might be difficult to determine whether or not a cat is sick because of its tendency to hide discomfort. The encouraging news is that young cats are not as skilled as their adult counterparts in disguising signs of disease or distress. Number 1. Your kitten is sick. The pitiful mooing of a kitten may be an indication that the kitten is ill. A caretaker may not always be able to tell that a kitten is ill simply by looking at her, but the kitten's screams can be an indication that something is making her uncomfortable. Seek emergency medical assistance for a kitten that appears listless or exhausted and is crying out for help if you notice any of these symptoms. Keep in mind that cats and kittens don't always make their discomfort audible, since this is an essential fact to keep in mind. The majority of the time, symptoms of the disease are not manifested by crying but rather by being lethargic or silent. The most essential thing for people who take care of kittens is to remain vigilant whenever there is a significant shift in the behavior of their charges, whether the kittens are meowing at the top of their lungs or withdrawing into solitude. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.